What's going on, guys? So a Canadian YouTuber that I actually follow on Instagram posted a Instagram story about why are Americans messaging me saying, why do I care about American politics? Do they not understand bilateral relationships? And honestly, no. Americans don't know about it, and I am so sad to say that I was also part of the problem. I didn't know. This is something that we aren't taught at all in school or pretty much in life. So I guess we're going to talk about how I really feel about the US now. In the US, throughout school, I was never once taught anything else about the world. I wasn't taught anything outside of American history. So if the US didn't take part in it, I didn't learn about it. I didn't even learn about the Vietnam War at all in school. Yes, we do learn about the world wars and our part in it, how we saved everyone. I mean, history is always written by the victor, right? We learn about the Civil War, we learn about slavery, we learn about this, but nowadays, a lot of that's being whitewashed. There's so many videos going around on the internet about people in school who are saying that their teachers are saying slaves weren't whipped. They weren't giving punishments or anything. There's even history books that they're teaching kids nowadays about the Trail of Tears. If you don't know what the Trail of Tears is, it's when the settlers came to the US and pretty much pushed all of the Native Americans out of the land further west. And a lot of those Native Americans didn't survive the trip. They were pretty much killed or died from sicknesses, hunger, illness, etc., along that trip. But nowadays, these history books are saying, oh no, these Native Americans decided to move on their own and gave us the land. So history is being twisted in a way in the US to make it seem that it is America first and America only. And that's the issue that we're having a lot. I mean, look at our politics system. It's crap. Look how Trump was able to come into power and how so many people are just like, America first, make America great again. And this is the mentality that is absolutely disgusting in the US right now. If I hadn't decided to leave in 2014 to travel the world, I don't know what my mindset would be. I realized that it was my mindset and my mentality that was also an issue. Because like I said, I didn't know any of this stuff. I didn't know any better. So after living in Germany for 5 years and living in Australia for 2 years, I have a whole different view of the world. I never once was taught in the US that I could move to Canada and work there for 180 days without a visa. I only found this out while living in Australia, which I also didn't know that as an American citizen, you can go and live in for up to 3 years by doing a working holiday visa. Blown. While I was there in Australia, I was like, what country should I go to next? And I started doing a little research. Then I saw Canada. I contacted the Canadian embassy and they were like, oh, you're an American citizen. You don't need to go through this process. You can be in Canada for 180 days before actually needing a visa. And I was like, what? Are you serious? You can also get a working holiday visa for South Korea, Singapore, Ireland, but these are all things that I never once learned about the world at all being a US citizen. I also feel like a lot of people get it twisted that when they say, oh, I've traveled to this country, I know how the world works. You really don't. Visiting a country and actually living in a country are two different things. You see two different sides of things. People are like, oh, this country is amazing. I've been here, it's so cheap, it's so this, but have you tried working there? Have you tried being part of their system? And that's exactly how the US is. Everyone's like, oh, America, the American dream, it's so cool to be American. And I'm like, the American dream is literally that. It's just a dream. It's something that's pretty much unattainable to a lot of people, and it's very, very sad today. We get trapped in this system where we're just like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything. Apparently, 50% of Americans have passports nowadays, but how many of them actually use this passport? And considering that it's kind of almost mandatory to have a passport to travel within the US nowadays, it's also kind of unsettling. In the US, we now have to have a certain license in order to travel and be permitted into certain states, I believe starting this year. They started implementing this a couple years ago, and I think they said by 2021 it's going to be pretty much official. Like I said, I lived overseas for 8 years, so I have a passport, so I really don't need to really worry about this. But considering that no one even uses their passport, kind of sad. I mean, look at all of our systems. Our healthcare, crap. Politics, crap. Parental leave, does it even exist? University cost, crap. Minimum wage, crap. A global sickness that I can't really talk about without being demonetized or getting this video flagged. Yeah. I am so sad to say that I was part of the issue, part of the problem. This is me pretty much trying to fix that, in a sense, you know? So next week, I'm actually going to tell you guys how I feel about the United States healthcare system. But until then, hit this video right here to find out how my cousin ended up with an $11,000 hospital bill. I was actually with him this whole time. It was on his birthday in November. You will also learn a lot about the private healthcare system in Germany that I was a part of. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.